Righty ho there, Legendays, people of the free land of cryptocurrency magic land. Guys, I clicked the Streameruniente button now. Guys, we're going to talk about the itty bitty bad boy baby, the itty bitty bad boy Bitcoin. Darius Yakoval over there, how's it going? Guys, we're going to go through the flat price action. We're going to go through the long to short ratio. We're going to talk about the traders. We're going to go through everything on this channel, guys. You already know what we're going to do. We'll go through the pre-sales. We're going to check out all of the new altcoins I've been looking at as well. The indicators. You guys know what's going to happen. It is a live stream. We are live, baby. See, everybody's coming in here. You can see the MDX Algo live chat here as well. But guys, hit the like button when you come in. The more likes we get, the better. And guys, remember, let's get the sponsors out of the way. In the description box below, guys, we have some new partners. We actually have some new sponsors and partners now. But guys, if you want to trade Bitcoin, use Bybit. They'll give you $3,500 when you sign up. If you want to trade altcoins, use Phemex. They will give you $3,500 when you sign up. Simple as that. If you are from the UK or US and you don't want to use a VPN, get BitGet, guys. The link is below. And also, we have PalmSwap and Nexo. If you want to get like 5% yield on your crypto, similar to Celsius, but better, it's basically the fucking good Celsius. Get a Nexo account, guys. I'll give you 5% interest on your crypto and $100 when you sign up. And Palm, guys, is the private sale. Well, it's actually public now. But this is actually the public release, the pre-sale before it goes on big exchanges. Nearly $1 million in 2 days has been accumulated in this platform, guys. That is Palm. So that's all the sponsors out the way and shizzle mizzle like that, guys. But hit the like button. You know what to do. The more likes we get, the better. I'm going to go through flat price action and do this shit because we know, guys. It's been a while as well. I haven't done a stream for a while, so I feel fresh. You know, I'm back. I'm back in the game. I'm not traveling, Darius Yakoval. We've been traveling, haven't we? We went to Poland and they wouldn't let us in. Ha! Funny times. But guys, we've only got 15 likes and 100 people in here, guys. Let's get to 100 likes. We need to do this. But let's go to flat price action, guys, and talk about everything which we're talking about in the last few streams. Okay, so all the last few videos, actually. So I'm going to make this really simple here, guys. You know, if we're below $20,000, guys, on Bitcoin, you can't be a bull on any time frame, short term, medium term, or long term. Okay, and I said to you guys in the previous videos that this is the logical key SR level to play trades off. Don't trade the no man's land. Trade the middle zone. Trade that 20K, that key previous macro long-term bull market high, going through, guys, support and resistance the whole way through Bitcoin for years. Now, guys, Bitcoin did exactly what I was expecting. We came up to $20,000, guys, got a rejection. Guess what? I told you guys, what you want to be doing is you want to be shorting it, shorting into 20K as resistance or buying 20K as support. So it's either you come up, you test it, you buy it for that bounce, or you come up, you come back to it, hit it as resistance, and you get a short sell. So I told you guys that there's a short to be played here and a short to be played here. Those two scenarios, guys, looking back, have played out absolutely perfectly. If you had have shorted $20,000, you would actually have been, well, this is obviously super volatile, but if you had your orders already in, limit orders, you would have actually been able to pull out, guys, on the market. We're looking at 10% in the matter of minutes, guys, just by having a resting sell order short on 20. You short 20 as resistance if you come to it, and you buy as support. So it's as simple as that. And you can see now, guys, Bitcoin is now wavering underneath it, still continuously making lower highs beneath $20,000, guys. In my previous video before that, we did have that nice bullish divergence playing out. You can see there's 3 counts of bullish divergence coming round. We did get a pop off it, guys. We just didn't have enough juice to get that higher low. And I said anyway that I thought we were going to come back down to next support. And that's where we're actually right now. We're trying to flirt with around that $18,500 region. And guys, it's very simple. If we're below 20, you can't be a bull on any time frame. You have to wait to break through it and test it as support to get a trade. It's as simple. That's all you can do. You don't want to be trying to in and out of positions here. It's absolute no man's land. And if we do if we do stay below $20,000, guys, I do think the next targets really are looking for that 18,000, 17,000. So 18K is around here. 17,500 is our next logical area. I would see something like this, guys. This will be the scenario if we are going to continue coming lower, okay? And it's really, really, really simple. It's very, very clear. We break down to around here, guys. We rally back up, and then we just can't get above the prior lows of the simple consolidation. It's as simple as that, and then it's going to be that continuation. Okay, so then you get the resistance. It's another lower high. You can't then get above this level here, guys. Very simple. You sell into that as basically going to be a short trading. You're looking for the lower prices, and then the next support down, guys. On my charts, we're looking around $14,000. Actually, it's on the nail of $14,070. And I'd say that Bitcoin would probably resolve some sort of hard bounce off that, at least some sort of support. And then if we don't go through the next cycle, guys, we could be looking at going to $10,000. And then people will be crying. No one thinks Bitcoin go to 10K. You know, even at the very, very beginning, when I said, you know, on Bitcoin on the long-term timeframes, I'll quickly whip out this and show you. I was saying to you guys that it wouldn't surprise me that Bitcoin will come back down and retest its bull market all-time high from its previous consolidation, okay? Let me show you where that is. Boom. $20,000, guys, is the prior all-time high. You break out of it, guys. The bulls take the stairs. What they like to do is come and retest prior highs. We've now come back down, guys, to retest the $20,000 highs. And it would. I said this years ago, guys, when we were up here. It wouldn't surprise me if we do come down here. We're gonna have some sort of spring. It's gonna act like some sort of mattress. It's between here and here, guys. It wouldn't surprise me. We're gonna have some sort of sinking into it, guys. Some sort of spring down, breaking down into it, all the way through, and then getting some sort of snapper, guys. And that actually could take us to $10,000. And like I said in the title of this video, if we go 10K, guys, a lot of people are going to be crying. And the reason is no one would have anticipated that. You can see on this chart here as well, guys, I do have a fractal played out. This actually is the Amazon stock fractal from, I think it was probably in the late 90s, early 2000s, when Apple actually began to come out of one of its long bear markets after the dot-com crash. And you can see here, guys, this fractal here is actually a scenario pretty much drawn on in ratio terms to what this would look like if we do play out a similar path to Amazon stock back in, you know, the 90s, early 2000s. Okay, so this actually here is a scenario which I would not rule out in any way, guys. At the moment, we have this massive amount of longs. I'll go into that in a second, guys. It's obviously a live stream, so I'm going to go through everything I'm looking at. But we're going to whip back actually quickly to the short term and keep this nice and, you know, keep it level-headed, you know? Let's keep it good. Guys, also, we've got like, what have we got? 100, nearly 200 people in here, 40 likes, guys. If you can hit that like button, we love it. The more likes we get, the more people will see this kind of content, okay? So that's what we're looking for here, to get that 200 people, 200 likes life. And guys, also in the comments as well, in the live chat, yo, we've got Sniper in the building, everyone's in here. In the live chat as well, guys, just tell me, we're going to go into altcoins in a minute. Tell me, what's your position on Bitcoin and which altcoin are you looking at right now? Like a secret gem, because I'm going to tell you some of my gems, which I think are going to do really well in this bear market. Well, not do well in this bear market, but build out in the bear market and then reap the rewards in the next bull market. Because anything which is built in the bear market has resilience, has a good team efficiency, which means that it'll put a very, very good chance of having extremely good games in the bull market. When projects are built in the bull market, you know, they usually don't weather the bear market. The ones which weather the bear market will have these huge gains when the market turns sunny again. So as of right now, guys, we are below $20,000, and I would say that the likelihood is we're probably going to continue going lower, just because, guys, we have this insane amount of longs on Binance. This is retail traders, guys, so you can see here that 74% of the market is long right now on Binance. These are retail, inexperienced traders who are longing the market. We know the market will make the fools out the most. If everyone's long, especially retail traders, if everybody's long legends, just do my little sniff. You know my sniff, guys. You know what's going on with the sniff. Even though everyone's like, Darius looking like, what are you talking about? No. Guys, we got this big, over-exacerbated amount of longs on Binance. And guys, this is going completely in the opposite direction to what institutional grade traders are doing on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange Aruniente, sir. If I can speak this evening, thank you very much. But yeah, no, we have institutional grade traders are shorting this market, guys. I already know this from the CME dealers. And the asset managers are actually beginning to get short as well. We want to see this increase in shorts. We want to see asset managers offside, and we want to see the dealers longing. When the dealers get long, potentially getting towards the bottom. When retail gets short, potentially towards the bottom. Look, guys, it's the polar opposite of that. The market is not going to reward retail traders on Binance just yet. So this long to short ratio is not a good look. We are below $20,000. You have to just keep looking at 20K as a logical SR level to play. You just sell into it as resistance, guys. Like I said before, you sell it as a short, as resistance. This actually got tagged beautifully if you had those resting orders. And guys, again, here as well, there could have been a short play there as well. So there's a few things to look at. And the other scenario, guys, is this. You don't buy 20,000. You wait for it to break and you buy it as support. It's as simple as that. If you get back above 20K, it's a slightly better outlook for, you know, the bulls on the very, very short term. Obviously, guys, we know that medium to long term, you guys know my narrative on this. I believe that Bitcoin isn't really going to change I don't think the trend of Bitcoin is going to change for at least 3 to 6 months. I think I've said to you a million times, guys. I think either Bitcoin goes to $14,000 first. Let me get rid of this a second. I think that it's either Bitcoin goes to 14K like this, and then 28, or it's 28 then 14. I think both areas of the market get tagged. I think that's the most logical max pain scenario for the market. So if we do see, obviously I'm a mad buyer at 14 and I'm a mad seller at 28. I just don't see us getting above 28 anytime soon on the medium to long term. I just don't see that logical area of resistance, that key SR level from before, getting broken anytime soon. I think that's going to take a long time for the market generally to swing, and that's actually where the indicators come in on the higher time frames. You can see here, guys, this is actually the index indicators on the higher time frames. You can see here that the oscillator 5 down here, we still just generally have more sell pressure overall generally on Bitcoin over the last months, over the last 6 months, let's say. This actually is around 6 months, since around March, I think that is. And you can see here, guys, the histogram. This is actually what I'm looking at. Let me zoom in on it for you. This green and red line is showing you basically the market flow. What is the amount of buyers or sellers? And you can see here, guys, that every single time we've got this increased flow of buyers coming in, the market's generally rising. Okay, you can see here increase of buyers, the market's generally rising. And guys, flipping back down here, you can see that as the market's been coming down, it's been an increase in sellers. Okay. Now what we're seeing is almost a flip. The histogram has changed color a few times, which is a good sign. You can see here that when it's a darker green, lighter green, it means that the histogram is flipping. And you can see here, guys, that we are actually getting that flip now. And that's why I'm saying that I don't think we get above 28K anytime soon, because to get above 28K, we're probably going to have to regress all the way up to the middle zone and then get into actually buys, okay? So I think it's a prolonged process here. Markets don't just jump from a bear market to a bull market overnight. These things take time. General market dynamics have to play out. So I'd say that I don't think we get above 28K anytime soon, guys. And 14K, if we do want to keep coming down, it'll be something like this. And then obviously something like that as well the other way. And I think both areas get tagged on that medium to long-term card. You guys already know that. And then long-term, over a year perspective, I won't even bother saying this, guys, but I'll just make it simple. The CBBI confidence is 5. Legends. If you know anything about this channel and the CBBI confidence, you know that it's a good fucking time to buy 5. Because look, there's only been a few instances in history, in historical data on Bitcoin, where the CBI has got to 5, and every single time, guys, if you look back 6 months after buying, at that point, it's been a very, very lucrative investment. And if you are going to hold for longer than a year, that's why I say long term, it's a great time to buy Bitcoin long term, because if you're buying long term, you're not worried about the intraday swings of it potentially going down to 10. Okay, you're not worried about that, because you're buying it for a long term narrative. And when you look back in the long term, you'll probably say it's a great time to get Bitcoin, because the CBI is so low. All of these indicators within this index are pointing towards super oversold. And if you're going to buy something, at this oversold levels, it's got to have to be Bitcoin, guys. Nothing else in any other market is this oversold. When you're even looking at things like equity markets, commodity markets, indice markets, what else is this fucking oversold? There is nothing. There is literally nothing. Maybe you could find some obscure stock trading on the Russell, but I would say that it's very unlikely for this amount of the market being this oversold for this prolonged period of time. But that's Bitcoin for you. Bitcoin stays significantly overbought and significantly oversold more. It's a much more like wider breadth of the volatility, and that's literally just because it's a very small market, and there's a lot of big players playing in a very there's a lot of big there's giants playing in a paddling pool. The paddling pool is the liquidity of Bitcoin, and there's giants trying to get in and out of the fucking pool. Okay, there's a lot of splashes going on. There's a lot of displacement. There's a lot of fucking goddamn shit happening, and that is what's creating that volatility, guys. We got the legends in the building, guys. Mike C is here. Everyone's coming in, guys. We've got 260 people watching and 75 likes. I am a little bit hurt by that. If we can get to 200 likes, guys, that'd be amazing. I appreciate all the support on this channel as well. You guys are all legendays. I couldn't ask for a better community, guys. I'm not gonna lie. And 200 likes would just be so great for me, So hello. How are you, Dario? Anyway, how are you doing? You're sitting here and you love me. Okay, that sounds fucking great. You got to come on stream in a minute, okay? Yeah, you come on. Stop playing Sims. Stop reenacting a fake life and come and live the real life. Dario's playing Sims right now. Sims 4, right? Legendary games. I actually got that for her, so I used to play. Anyway, So that's all that there, guys, in terms of that PA. Now, what we want to flip to is a few of the bits and bobs. Okay, look, there's two things I want to mention as well about the general sentiment of the market. You know, I don't want to go too far into Twitter, but we have this massive amount of longs, guys. Already know there's this crazy amount of longs on there's a huge amount of longs on Binance. If you do go on Twitter as well, no one's saying that we can go to 10K right now. There is no one. Everyone's fucking doubting $10,000. But if you do look at the node, or you do look at where the volume's coming in, let me quickly whip this up for you guys, the VPVR. This is actually looking pretty worrying because there is nothing really before around that 10K region. Let me whip this up for you, legends. I need to find my visible range for you, the profile, guys. I probably set it up with, actually. I think I had to get the quadrant out. 2 seconds, just bear with me. Let me get the quadrant out, and we will see what the crack-a-lack is happening here. Yeah, so this is on my long-term chart. Here we go. This is it, what we're going to be looking at. So if you look at this, guys, in terms of where the volume is, let me quickly whip this up. You can see, guys, that between here, where we are now in terms of our flat price action, the next real big cluster of volume, and I may actually make this a little bit more breadthy, the next big area of volume, guys, is coming in at 9,200, or let's say 10,000-ish. It's about $10,000. So the next really big pocket, guys, if you keep going back, it's going to get bigger and bigger. There's more tradable action coming down here. But I'm just saying the last year or so, you can see that next big node pocket, guys, is coming in around 10K. That is the next big area of support. You know, $14,000 is one level. But the more everyone's screaming for there not being, Bitcoin's not going to be able to go to $10,000, and then the more this market is long, it's just screaming to me that we're going to get some sort of flush down again, another move to the downside. And I think that's going to create, like you said in the title, guys, a lot of people are going to be crying if we do go to 10K. Except for those short sellers. And I think the only way you can really play this, guys, like I've said it multiple times, is actually just play selling into 20 on specifically trading this, okay? That's the only way you can really do this. Guys, yo, we know what to do. In the chat as well, tell me what altcoin you are looking at, because I'm bang up for talking about some altcoins a bit later. It's actually really hot in here. What is going on with the freaking aircon? Yeah, guys, tell me in the chat right now which country you're watching from. That'd be cool. We have almost 100 likes now. Let's try and get to 270 likes, guys. Atom, I saw in the chat right there, ETH. Yeah, so the itty bitty bad boy is just basically ranging sideways at the minute. And I would say, like I said, guys, the only place you can really play the trade is around 20K. The node's actually bang on there as well. Long-term, medium-term we've done. The indicators, let's go on the short-term indicators as well, because we had some phenomenal calls on the 5-minute, actually. The 5-minute indicator has been absolutely killing it. The MDX algo indicators, they've been really good the lot. Well, they're actually just like getting better anyways. We tweak them. We bring out more updates. We can see, guys, this short coming down here, guys, is beautiful. We had this nice long as well. It arcs around for a short play here. And, guys, all this is available, you guys know, on mdxalgo.com. So just go to mdxalgo.com. You can actually get the indicators for free for 7 days. In terms of other stuff we could talk about as well, you know, PalmSwap is it's a pre-sale, which I spoke about earlier on the stream a second ago. There is a link in the description, guys, to get into this pre-sale. And this actually is closing in 24 hours. So this is a really interesting project. I am actually going to be using this to trade myself. Because look, there's a few different ways I look at trading markets, and there's a few different strategies. And I think one of the most overlooked strategies in crypto and just in trading in general is just hedging strategies. Hedging against your exposure to your spot position, okay? And a lot of the time, guys, what you have problems is having multiple accounts open all over the place. And you can lose track. I understand that. Having a million exchanges all at once isn't easy to manage, especially if you have high stakes or you're moving out a lot of money or a lot of crypto. So for me personally, what I'm going to be using PalmSwap for, and because it's decentralized as well, is having the option to be able to hedge against my crypto portfolio without having my money in another exchange for starters. So it has basically no KYC or VPN you need. And also, guys, being able to hedge against other crypto assets, whichever exchange it's on, by just connecting with MetaMask and then having the ability to do that with, well, obviously we need leverage on that because hedging is going to use leverage, but having the access to 10x leverage, decentralized exchange, and also, guys, not having to have that on-ramp onto some sort of, you know, they know where the money is. I want to have some sort of way of hedging against my spot through a better, more decentralized means. That's kind of what that's my point I'm trying to make here, okay? And this product here, PalmSwap, is what offers that, okay? And there's a lot of these which came out. Remember DYDX, I used that as well. I didn't actually use it as much as I would have liked, but PalmSwap's good because it's also fast, okay? Speed is really, really key. And that's why I now have connected this to my BSC wallet. Okay, so Binance Smart Chain. And they are looking to change that as well. So you can have Binance Smart Chain and any other blockchain into the future. So it's not just going to be Binance Smart Chain forever. You'll be able to connect any wallet to it. It is the future, really. You have to say it's going to be the future in terms of logging in with MetaMask. I fucking like that experience. I haven't used it that much because obviously traditional exchanges are super, super crazy on there. They have huge amounts of liquidity, volume, etc. So these exchanges aren't going to be my main accounts. They're going to be used for hedging, basically. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Right, guys. Yeah, from Pakistan. ST, please. Yes, is PalmSwap still teaming up with Pornhub? I have no idea. But let's see. I would like to see that happen. Get some Pornhub and PalmSwap. Swap the porn on Palm. Sounds fucking great, leggies. Oh, yeah, so that's basically Bitcoin for you guys. Let's go through some other alts. Oh, yeah, that's what I want to talk about. Okay, I want to, because obviously Bitcoin's not moving that much. So what we really want to look at here, guys, is some higher time frame charts. And a lot of people on Twitter have been asking me about that fractal image I posted up the other day. And I actually did explain this a second ago, but this is a fractal of Bitcoin. Let me just quickly get rid of the VPVR so we can get rid of that red line. So this is actually Bitcoin price action over the last few years. And we have this blue line here, which is a fractal of the Amazon stock in the early 90s, 2000s. And actually how it played out with a similar ratio. I've tried my best to make it perfect in terms of timings and price, okay? So this is actually what it would kind of look like if Bitcoin played out a similar path to that Amazon. And guys, you know, I said from the beginning that Ethereum, let me get rid of MDX Algo 3 as well so we get rid of those dots. So Ethereum as well, from the beginning, guys, I've been saying this for a few months now. You know, this is kind of what has always been in the back of my mind. You know, this is the dead cat bounce. And it really reminded me of this prior bounce off the lows. Actually, it did come and retest its prior all-time high. Guess what, guys? Very, very similar scenario here. So Ethereum did have this nice big moonshot. It went from like $3 to a couple, I think it's $300-$400. And then actually it came back down, guys. And then it had this next expansion. And if you actually come into this and zoom in it quite nicely, this is actually super, super organic price action. And this is actually some of the, well, at this point, you know, crypto in general didn't have as many, options. There weren't as many options to trade Ethereum or even Bitcoin. And also there wasn't as much access to leverage. And also there wasn't even as much qualified institutional grade trading happening, which means that it gets more difficult because you're going to fight harder people. So the competition gets harder, less manipulation in a sense, okay? So you can see here, guys, that this chart is something you can learn from. You have a high price here, guys. Let me just quickly draw this out for you to get all my stuff together. I haven't streamed for EZ or Runiente. Well, where is my beautiful lines, sir? So you have this nice high price, guys. This is the first initial resistance Ethereum had from coming from nothing to something, basically, okay? You have this nice big deep correction. Actually did some sort of Fibonacci retracement here. You can probably draw it on. And you can see the market actually came up, guys, retested it, and created some sort of ascending formation. Now, these ascending formations are generally bullish. You have the lows getting higher every single time with a flat top, okay? This actually was a huge breakout of an ascending formation. And the market actually came back, guys, to retest its prior all-time high. This is over several months, okay? So, you know, this is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 months into the future. The market actually came back down, guys, and retested its prior high beautifully with, of course, guys, the dead cat bounce, which obviously now we all know in hindsight was the support got played. Everyone played the SR level. And then actually we did have this huge arcing bear market, which took multiple, I think actually like 4 years for the market to recover from this. And I've said from the beginning, guys, that it is eerily similar on Ethereum to what we've just done, okay? So if you just want to take the prior high as well, this is the all-time high, guys. Nice swing round. We have this big expansion out of the breakout. It's actually a blue sky breakout. This is actually looking, if you think about it, this is actually looking like a long-term deviation of a prior high. And you can see here that the market has actually rallied up, come back down, and got a very, very similar scenario here, guys, where it's come to roughly where the prior high was. And now, guys, you've had the bounce. There's the bounce, guys, on the prior formation. This is actually the prior bull to bear cycle. And then you had this. You know, it's eerily similar, guys, on Ethereum. And Ethereum has been trying to lead the market, actually, for a few months now. And this, I just wanted to put this out there in terms of an idea. I'm not saying this has to happen. I'm just saying this is an idea. And then that does feed back into the narrative of Bitcoin potentially doing something like this. But no one wants to call Bitcoin doing it. Everyone wants to call Ethereum doing it, okay? Because it's less likely to happen. Oh, if Ethereum is the altcoin, you know, if Bitcoin changes its mood, Ethereum won't do it. So this is kind of the same fractal for Ethereum, which I've been calling for a while. And this would just mean that we've got some sort of like long form, drawn out bear market over the next few months, 3 to 6 months, basically, okay, of this. There's two ways you can look at this. It's accumulate like crazy in terms of a DCA strategy, or it's try and get shorts and play the short card and basically just flip your analysis, flip your stuff, and go for, you know, I like playing in my strategy, guys, like you already know. I love playing deviation plays when they break the highs and buying the support. I love that shit. In bull markets, I absolutely, literally creme de la creme on that shizzle manizza. So when we have this, guys, coming up, I would do is just invert your chart and just start playing the levels again. You can see here, guys, retest the prior high. It's doing it every fucking time, guys. Literally. So you see here, rally out of it, retest. Rally out of it, retest. Rally out of it, retest. And what you'll probably see is it actually probably carves out some sort of squeezing formation, and eventually will break out, because we know that we will actually get a break on Ethereum of, let me find my shitty things. We will actually get a break of this trend line at some point. And it's probably going to happen within the next 3 to 6 months. Okay, and when you get a break of that, then you're looking at some more like long-term macro stuff. Medium to long-term time that we could be coming back out of this, similar to when Ethereum broke out of this specific trend line. Actually, there's a few on Ethereum you could draw, actually. There's a few different trend lines you could go for. I really need to like get my bearings right with these freaking goddamn... I moved all of my things. You know, sometimes, guys, when you move all of your things, it puts you off a little bit. So... you probably guys have fucking no idea what I'm talking about right there. But you can see here, guys, when it broke out of this trend line, that actually was the beginning of the next phase. With Bitcoin, guys, we know from 2020, what is it? 2022, actually, I think it was. We had this one, obviously. What do you mean 2022? I think it was. We had the 2022 fucking trend line coming through. Of course, we have this trend line coming along like this, like that, which we're going to break soon. And then you have the 2019 bear market from around 2017 all the way through to 2021. I think it was like this, okay? And then that break there was the initiation for the expansion, which took us all the way out from $10,000 to 70K almost, okay? So that's what we're waiting for, guys, is that trend line to break. This is the scenario which I say was most likely. Actually, I do think this is a little bit dear for Bitcoin. This is just basically put the fractal from Amazon. I don't think it's actually that severe. I don't think Bitcoin is going to trade below 10 for... I don't think it will trade below 10 for that long if it gets down there. But I would say that actually it's more likely to go for around between 14 and 28 for a prolonged period of time. I actually do think 14 could be the bottom, because there's a really, really nice SR level here, support from our prior small cyclical bull movement within the bear market. And actually when we broke out that trend line, that's when we got really fired up. But I would say that this actually here, 14K, could act as a logical support level, which could actually end up being the bottom for the market. You know, having said that, in terms of this like long-term analysis I'm doing, you know, we haven't actually broken the lows yet. I would just say, looking at everything right now, what we've got, you know, this, even to me, this just doesn't look double bottomy at all yet. You know, it's just such a close higher low. It's just so close to it. You know, what you really want to see from double bottoms is it come into it and have a much higher low than the previous and then bounce out. It's just not really that good. And guys, when you flip out to the long to short ratio, you know, is the market really going to start changing direction when everyone's trying to long the bottom? It's just not really the going narrative. What you want to see is everyone shorting the bottom and everybody longing the top. We already know that from previous bull and bear cycles in any market. Any freaking markets, guys. But it's going to be a quick old stream tonight. XRP made it through massive breakout. Let's have a look at XRP. XRP to the he to we. Want to get to me with my XRP. Flowing to me. So XRP is actually looking like it has had a break of its trend line. It's actually coming along here. Let me actually draw this perfectly on a lower time frame, because I probably drew this on the weekly. So we want to make sure that this is absolutely spot on for you, leggies. Why is that happening, sir? Please, can we not do that? So that's better, actually, much more clearly drawn. And yeah, you are correct here. It actually is breaking out of this trend line right now, which is a good sign for this altcoin. Obviously, I don't really like the long-term fundamentals of XRP in terms of what it can do. I'd much rather buy Bitcoin than XRP if I was an investor. But as a trader, you can see it has broken out. It did get a retest of it as well. Resistance came back high low. Maybe there's something happening in terms of some sort of there's been so much like turbulence around the SEC type of the court law, the lawsuit going on around XRP. Hello, babe. It's been a long one. What are you looking at, babe? You're thinking about something. What are you thinking? You thinking about XRP? Yeah. You're gonna buy some XRP, babe? So, yeah, no, it is a break. It is a good sign, but it doesn't mean that it's going to jump into a bull market anytime soon. We actually have a lot of altcoins which have broken out of these long-term trend lines over the last few months. CRO has broken out. Matic broke out. BNB has broken out. It's just trying to actually find support on it at the minute. Ultra broke out. Do really like this price action from Ultra, actually. It's a really nice accumulation bottom type of price action right there. Sand has broken out of it as well. Sandbox, I do think, again, this is a good one to buy long term. Link, not there just yet. Dot, no. Solana, Niat Hadashaw. And then we have Ada, yes, has broken it. So did I say Niat Hadashaw it had? Yes, sorry. Well, I'm not even thinking. I said Niat Hadashaw. I should say Da Hadashaw. Yes, good. Da Hadashaw. So yes, good. Plutus has... I actually don't look at Plutus as broken anything. It actually looks like it's an uptrend in the market. Actually quite nice. And then EOS as well. I just don't even look at EOS anymore, to be honest. But yeah, there's a few altcoins there which are looking decent. Which have broken out, but not saying it's going to happen overnight. It's going to take some time. But XRP looks like it's trying to do something, legends. Leggies. We've got 278 people in here. But you know what, legends? If there's any more questions, I'll take them. But I think I'm just going to call it. The indicators are doing their thing. That's all I can really talk about in terms of Bitcoin right now. It is pretty flat. There's not huge amounts of going on action right now. XRP is exploding. But apart from that, guys, I think I'm just going to do it. Yeah, Palm Swap I spoke about already in the stream. You can go back and watch it. But if you just came in, guys, go and watch the beginning of the stream. You know what to do. I think I did an hour. And I will see you guys on Z Flipperunientes. You are legends. Here we go. Bye-bye.